The neighbor's talking through the wall synced right now. He's talking in right as I start talking. Yesterday, when I got back to my apartment, there was like, there's somebody walking my home right now. Yesterday, when I got back to my apartment, there was like 3 or 4 like families, like different families walking up, like from different directions. Like people with their children. It was like at least 3 different families walking up as I was walking up to my apartment building. And like it was like this guy and his kids like got out of his truck, and then like the last kid is like behind all the other ones, and he's getting out of the truck as I walk by the truck and running by me scene. And then like as I walk up to him, like as I walk up to the street and shit, there's like all these different families walking up, like converging sinks around me with their children. I saw a bunch of people with their children today too, and then I was walking to Walmart today. I was gonna record today, but then I was gonna record on the way back, but I was carrying stuff and I was just like, fuck it. But when I was walking to Walmart, there was this guy yelling things like across the street from me, and then these sirens started up, and then like these cars were honking, like the sirens were going off and these cars were honking, and then that guy that was yelling synced, like whistled synced as I was walking through this alley. He just like whistles really loud, and it's just like all these sounds going off like all at once. A bunch of cars driving by me. And then the neighbors talking sync still. And then I've been hearing whatever sounds through the walls again, the like water sounds, whatever it is. I don't know if it's coming from my neighbor's apartment or where it's coming from. It's this water sound in the walls. It's like a sink or a toilet or something. It's sink, whatever it is. So I don't know if you can hear him talking right now, but he's doing the synced up. So I don't know if he's having a real conversation or if he's actually talking to somebody or not actually talking to somebody or what. But it's synced up though. So it's synced up. I hear an engine sound outside when I stand up. And then I saw this guy stalking me today. He's just like laughing. He's like in a blue car. And there's all these red cars driving by when he pulled up in front of me. And he was just like laughing his ass off at me. It's like, okay, dude. Alright, dude. It's like they try to make you feel like stage fright or whatever, or like embarrassed or whatever, you know, or just like, you know what I mean? And it's like I don't care at this point. I really don't care. It's annoying, but like I'm not like oh, oh. But I was at the grocery store today, and there was this little boy with a red coat on and a blue shirt under the red coat, and his mom had a blue shirt or a blue coat with a red shirt. She had a red coat with a blue shirt. She had a blue coat with a red shirt, and they kept walking around meeting me synced. The little boy walked out in front of me synced a bunch of times, and then she walked out in front of me synced a bunch of times, and then they both walked out in front of me synced a bunch of times together, and then it's just weird. There's a bunch of people in there. There's a bunch of stalkers in there. There's this one guy that had a camel hat and a red coat. It was me and synced when I came in, and then him and his wife were walking around me and synced a bunch of times. Cause like I was waiting for them to get something out of the back. So like I was just like standing around waiting and walking around, and people kept walking around me and synced and shit. And then like the guy with the camo hat and the red coat like came over when I was like checking out. He was just like standing over by me and just like looking at shit on the counter. Like they have always like candy and stuff on the counter, and he was just like looking at him and just like doing sync things. He was like standing really close to me, and then like walks really close to me and like walks behind me and shit, and doing sync things. And then when I was at Walmart, they always tell you which checkout to go to. So like she was like, go to number 3. So I go to number 3, and they're like fixing it, and they both don't speak English. They both speak Spanish, and they don't speak English. I'm like, does it work? And they're like talking to me in Spanish, and I'm like, I don't speak, like I don't understand what they're saying. And so like they're just like standing there like punching codes in it or whatever. They're like fixing it or something. So I was just like standing there, and then I'm like, okay, I'll go over to this checkout. So I don't know if that was an orchestrated thing, but I feel like it probably was. They're just fixing it or whatever, and they don't speak any English. just to make me stand around for a minute and a half. I don't know. Maybe it's not an orchestrated thing, but don't know. Yeah, I saw a bunch of red and blue syncs, and I saw a bunch of red and blue semis synced. There were a bunch of red semis synced with other red semis, and like uh, I didn't see any cops. I didn't see. Well, I wasn't looking. I wasn't watching the entire time. There was times where I was looking down the sidewalk and shit. But as far as I can remember, or as far as I know, I didn't. There was no cops today. I didn't see any cops today. So not yet. Uh, I just heard a synced engine sound outside when I cracked the egg. It was like. Oh yeah, and then I went to the bank this morning, and there was somebody. There's this line at the bank when I come in, and the first person up at the counter is walking away right as I walk up to the line. Like right as I walk up to the back of the line, and I stop. They're walking away like, "See you later. Have a good day." And then the person behind that person had a camo coat on, and she's walking up to the counter, and then she's talking about she was cat sitting someone's cat. She was cat sitting someone's cat, and she was eating Casey's pizza. Like, I don't know if that's like a pizza thing, but I think it was a cat thing. I think she was doing a cat thing, talking about a cat. Because they do that. But I think it was a pizza thing. She was talking about a cat, and then she was talking about pizza. I don't know. And then also this guy came in, like walked up behind me in the line. He had a red shirt on. He walked in, synced up. And then this other girl came out from behind the counter. She had a red shirt on. She's walking around synced up. And then see. And then this morning when I was walking, somebody came up on a scooter. It's like a razor scooter, like an electric scooter. And they like rode up, like as I was crossing the intersection, they like rode up to the right of me. And then like rode up the street from me, and then they like go out in front of me and like meet someone in front of me, and they're like talking to them. And then they right away synced, and then the guy walks by me, synced. The refrigerator just turned off, synced. And then I don't know if it's a thing, but I've seen a bunch of different stalkers with Tupac shirts on. I don't know what that means. Or if it's a thing, or if it's just like a coincidence that you happen to have Tupac shirts on, or what. But I've seen a bunch of sync heads that have Tupac shirts on now. So if it wasn't a thing, it probably is now because I just said it. I'm gonna see one tomorrow or whatever. But I saw a guy when I got to Walmart today, right when I was going in the door, there was a guy coming out the door, he had a Tupac shirt on. So I don't know if they see they just see the first few letters of the word gangstalker, and they're like, yeah, gangsta. And they like put a Tupac shirt on. They think they're gangsta because they're a gang stalker, and they only read the first they only read the first 6 letters. And they're like, yeah, gangsta. Thug life. guys hear some quiet synced up sounds through the walls. They like to hear the quiet synced up sounds when I go live. But my other neighbors were tapping on the walls again, as usual. They do like every day, multiple times a day. My neighbor's talking again. He wasn't talking before, he's talking again. Right after I sit down, he starts talking again. It's stupid. This is so stupid. When's my water heater gonna turn on soon? Is it gonna be stupid? That would be stupid if my water heater turned on and synced again. What if I saw a white truck outside right now? And I heard footsteps in the hallway. I think that was synced too. Yeah, and then I went into the restroom at Walmart. And right when I go up to take a piss, the guy at the urinal next to me is walking away from the urinal, and then when he goes out the door, there's another guy coming in the door. And then there was another guy coming in after that guy, when I was washing my hands or whatever, he was coming in synced. Oh, shit. I think I heard my other name talking sync, or maybe the other one again. I don't know. One of them. But yeah, that one guy was just like yelling sync today a bunch of times. Like the guy that whistled sync was like yelling sync. It was like he was like trying to get my attention to like look over at him, but I didn't though. I was like looking at shit on my phone anyway. But and then like the other night I was like crossing the street and there's people like laughing synced and like woo or whatever, like doing shit like that. Oh, I just heard someone cough. Well, I'll get off here. Who knows? They might be setting off a siren soon or something, but fuck it, I'm out.